The school committee voted, not only didn't vote for remote learning or hybrid or in person, we voted to delay the vote a whole nother week. So all you teachers that said you didn't have enough time to prepare and we're already so close to September, well, guess what? You have to wait a whole nother 7 days because we as a school committee couldn't figure it out and put our hearts to something. What in the world did we not have for information that we need? I know a few members had, concerns here and there, but why did they wait until tonight to have those concerns? So for the reason we are actually meeting tonight, only one of the 3 plans brought before us tonight ensures the safety and well-being of students and educators. In my opinion, that's remote learning. No, the remote learning plan and technology for it isn't perfect. However, it has plenty of potential to be improved and sustained as a long-term solution to a crippling pandemic. To use results from last spring's remote learning is misleading. These students were thrusted into it without any proper planning as the pandemic struck quick, and I'm confident that this fall, those numbers would drastically improve. DESE's demand for districts to work on 3 separate plans has stunted our ability to focus solely on remote learning. I understand that this opinion is not favorable to all, and I want to work with those that it doesn't work for in order to sort out solutions to some of the quirks that may come with remote learning. I thank the superintendent and her team for working so hard on these plans. I know they spent countless hours and days creating and reviewing these plans. However, nothing I heard tonight changes my comfort level. I'm simply not confident in our in-person or hybrid plans. How many more examples do we need across the country to smarten up and realize the lives of our students, teachers, and school employees are at risk? At the beginning of the month, Chicopee has had one of the higher positive test rates in Western Massachusetts. The greater Springfield area has large populations of individuals with respiratory issues such as asthma. Please put K-12 lives over politics at all levels of government in this country. The day I value dollar signs and grades on a paper over the lives and health of those I represent is the day I should no longer be a school committee representative in Chicopee. That goes for the 10 individuals that are voting will be tonight. Do not leave this meeting with proverbial blood on your hands. Do what is right for those you represent. If you really have full faith in our teachers, then listen to them. Protect them. In real time, I can tell you that many teachers are extremely upset with some of the suggestions made tonight. Our teachers are not lab rats. We cannot simply replace teachers that get sick and die and say, oh well, better teachers will come. Let's step up and be the leaders our city so desperately needs. It wasn't well received by some members. I clearly struck a nerve. Don and I get along a lot. We speak on a lot of matters. We don't agree on everything, but we tend to be respectful on issues. If Don took offense to it, I do apologize that he feels that way. And I know that kind of comes off as a backhanded apology, but really, I don't want animosity with a school committee member I work with. I don't. Just felt like that needed to be said. In my opinion, voting for these kids to go back to schools and having them get sick, or God forbid, fatalities occur, it is on our hands as a school committee. Teachers stood out today at Chicopee Comp and held signs. Socially distant with masks from what I've read. Hopefully that stayed true. But they care. You teachers do care, and you students do care. And I know parents care too. So when I give a statement for comments after not speaking all night because I was doing it remotely, for the mayor to backpack and attack my comments is one out of order because as a chair of a school committee, you're supposed to pass the gavel when you speak. I didn't bring that up, but the mayor did it constantly tonight. I wasn't going to bring it up until he used that out of order process to attack me. It's a shame. And no, I'm not offended by it. I don't care. Truth be told, I don't care what the mayor thinks of my opinion. I don't. I'm sick of us living in an environment where going against the mayor is a controversial thing. Just because he's a mayor, just because I'm a school committee rep, doesn't mean we're going to agree. It seems like we're saying, oh, well, look at remote technology tonight. We can't even get public input. That's not the teachers' faults. That's not the students' faults. It's our city's fault. It's our school's fault. We have to improve the system for them. The teachers can only work with the system they're given. How come we're going to cite people not connecting on a public Zoom call and school committee members not knowing how to mute their mics as evidence to why we should be sending teachers and students back to school? A lot of people said it was a difficult decision tonight. And I agree. It is the hardest decision I've had to make as a school committee rep. But when push comes to shove, is it really that hard of a decision to decide that teachers and students are best protected in their homes and that we can work on remote learning? It is just so angering to have to sit here in your home and have the mayor come at me Have I left my house? Yes, I have left my house, Mayor. And guess what? When I did leave my house, I wore a mask. Unlike you last week at the school committee meeting, not wearing a mask, having it on your desk, having it on your hands. I didn't even say who it was, but we want to ask questions about what we're doing. Let's ask questions about what we're doing. You're talking to me who, did take all those precautions and steps to wear a mask, go out in public, and sanitize constantly, wear a glove at the gas pump. I do all that. So don't come questioning me when you can't even put on a mask at a meeting. I don't like using, oh, well, this city does it this way, so we have to. You notice none of them brought up South Hadley last night unanimously voting for remote learning. We didn't want to use them as an example. No, we wanted to use Springfield. And Springfield does some good things, but a lot of the things they do doesn't work in Chicopee. We know that. We're a unique case over here in Chicopee. I was voted on to serve my community, to serve my school system in Ward 1, and to not put teachers, students, and anyone alike in a situation that would endanger their lives or, hurt their educational process. And when both are impacted, we have to side with health and safety over education. We have to. You can always improve education. You can always educate a student further. You can't bring their life back once it's been taken away, or you can't get a child out of a hospital bed once they've been affected by COVID-19 to a point where they have to be hospitalized. Once you're there, and I do not want to ever be there.